Hi everyone, thank you for joining me today. Today we are on day 2 of my Celebrate Sunflowers Stamp Camp class kits. So we're using the Celebrate Sunflowers stamp set and the coordinating dies. Yesterday we made this card here, and today we are making this card. So let's get started. In your class packet will look like this, and I have a layer of Whisper White for the inside, so I'll leave that one there. Then a pre-embossed layer. This is using one of our new embossing folders that are made for our Stampin' Cut and Emboss mini machine. These come in a 2-pack in our holiday catalog. They're wrapped in texture. So these are the 2 that you get together. These have got to be my most used embossing folders ever. I think I've used them lots already, and it's only the beginning of August when the holiday catalog went live. Then I have a strip of designer series paper. It does have a score line in it, so I'm just going to fold that over, and I'm just going to kind of make my card so that I know where everything's going to be, and then I'll adhere it after. Then there's pre-cut tags. These are from the Label Me Fancy punch, some twine, and some champagne rhinestones. Then I have 2 scraps of Whisper White, and that's what we're going to stamp on. So on our 2 scraps of Whisper White, we need 1 of each sunflower and then some leaves. So in Crumb Cake ink, I'm going to stamp my large sunflower image. One there and one here, and I'll show you why in a second. And then I just need 2 leaves in Old Olive. So now with our sunflower dies, I'm going to line up this one here, and it's not going to line up perfect because I don't think it was meant to be die cut with this. And I'm just going to put a post-it note there so that it stays in place. And I'll do the same with one of my leaves. And then with this outline image, we are going to die cut the other sunflower. And these 3 petals that kind of are in an arc, that's how I line it up every time. It's a little bit faster. So then I'm going to die cut these and then this second leaf, and I'll be right back. So now I have all those pieces die cut. And this one. So this is our stamped one, and it still cuts out all of these pieces, but I found it gave really nice texture to this die cut piece when we had stamped it and then die cut it. But you'll see not all of it is lined up, but it just gives it that look of petals. And then when we layer it, oops, on this solid image, we can line it up. And then it's kind of like it camouflages into itself, but it gives it that nice layered look. Then we have our 2 leaves here. Then for our other stamping, we are going to stamp in Early Espresso on one of these tags. I included 2 in the kit in case you didn't have this punch, then you still have 2 of these to try with. Sometimes it's hard to line up image greetings, and this greeting barely fits on there. So I'll show you how I try and line up, and then if I can't, then I will just punch another one. Because on camera, sometimes that's how it works. So I'm going to draw a line here with a pen. And so I'm going to line up the top of my block and then the side of my block with this grid line. So stamp that down, and then I'm going to put my punched piece right where it needs to be so you can see it's exactly the same size. Then I'll ink it up again and line up my top line and the side of my block. So I got a little bit close to the left, so I can try one more time. About there. Ink it up again and line up there. I think that one's off too. Lost even more of it on that one. I think it's hard to look through the camera and stamp at the same time. So I'm just going, for ease of having you watch me and then having to watch me struggle, I will just punch another one. So that's this punch here, and you can line it up. So obviously it's easier to stamp and then punch. There we go. Then I'm going to layer, so I'll save, now which one's better? That one, I guess. I have 2 crumb cake ones, and I'm just going to line up the top edge a little bit lower. Oops. And the bottom. You could also do it by cutting one label in half, but then sometimes it gives you straight edges on the side, and I wanted to make sure it was still, whoops, curved on that edge. Then I'll do the same thing as on the last one, just put adhesive around the center ring. So then I have that adhered together. I can come back with my card base and stamp one more sunflower just in this bottom left-hand corner. I find that one stamp image just really adds interest to the inside of your card instead of having it blank inside. So now I'm just going to put my Designer Series paper strip across the front of this card layer, but only put adhesive on the actual Designer Series paper. And that way I know that I can get it straight and evenly spaced on the inside. And I'll push that down. Then I can come back and adhere this layer. That way you can move it around and have a little bit more wiggle room. So then this embossed layer will go across the front. And it's the same height as the card. It's just a ½ inch narrower. And this piece is actually the piece that I cut off of this card front. So this would have been a standard size card front. There's no wasted scraps here. Then I'm going to add this sunflower with a little bit of adhesive right on that banner. And by putting it in the center, then you won't have any excess adhesive. Then I'll just tuck these under. Just use Tombow as well. tuck that under there, and tuck this one under this edge. Then with your piece of linen thread, I'm just going to wrap it around my 4 fingers. Oops, like that, and then twist it like, no, must have done it looser, so I only have 3, and then twist it, and I'm going to put a glue dot right in the middle, and stick that down right there, and then my stamped sentiment is just going to go over the top. Just like that. Then also with a dimensional, I'm going to tuck this center. This is out of crumb cake as well. Tuck that in there. And then in your kit is 3 champagne rhinestones. So there is a cute fun fold card for us. So this was card number 2. Card number 1 was this video, if you'd like to go back and check that out. And wait for tomorrow is day number 3 of my Celebrate Sunflowers series. I hope to see you then. Thanks for joining me. Bye.